Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to another weather forecast. My name is Andrew Heischman. Now, for today, I hate to tell you guys this, but we have a lot of nasty weather ahead of us. We are talking tornado outbreak material here between tomorrow being Friday, working its way into Saturday, and even a continuation of severe weather into Sunday. Now, I hate to tell you guys this, but there is going to be potential for tornadoes EF2 or greater, damaging winds in excess of 80 miles an hour, as well as hail 2 inches in diameter or larger. Now, if you guys do enjoy this video, and if you guys could help share that, it'd be greatly appreciated. You know, obviously, we're trying to reach as many people as we can just with this information because it could be life-saving. So if you guys could share this to a friend, a family member, a coworker, a neighbor, just to help spread the awareness and hit that subscribe button, it'd be greatly appreciated. And that really could go a long way in terms of helping people out. But anyways, folks, taking a look at the current satellite view, we do have ourselves this area of low pressure. This is the main system here starting to show its way up here across the western country. This is driving a lot of precipitation for those upper elevations of the southern Rockies. Now, this system will continue to roll its way to the east, and for tomorrow, once that area of low pressure works its way into the central country, we're going to start drawing up a lot of moisture, start picking up a lot of instability, and that's where the severe weather event is going to really start to kick off. Alrighty, everybody, working our way over here into the risk here from the Storm Prediction Center here for tomorrow. So tomorrow is the beginning of this severe weather outbreak here. As you can see, we have ourselves 4 different levels. We have that moderate risk to level 4 out of 5. Once again, the scale goes from 1 to 5, 5 being the worst, 1 being the lowest, but regardless of what number you're in, it's still an active severe weather risk here overall. So we do have ourselves that moderate here. We work our way over here into the enhanced or the level 3 threat across the orange, level 2 threat across the yellow, and the level 1 threat here for tomorrow across the green. Now, what does this essentially mean? Now, tornadic probability, we have a large 10% hatch risk for tornadoes. What does that mean? If you're in the yellow, you have a 10% chance of seeing a tornado within 25-mile radius of your location. And unfortunately, that dashed line means that there's a potential for tornadoes being EF2 or greater. Now, in terms of the 2 and the 5% chance, more than likely, if we did get tornadic activity, it would likely be under EF2 or right around, that type of strength. Not expected to really be anything above, but, you never know. It's Mother Nature. The expected large tornadic activity is expected to be here in the yellow overall. So then we work our way over here into the winds. Now we have a 45 significant risk for damaging winds. We are talking potential winds in excess of 80 miles an hour here. A 45% chance of seeing damaging winds within 25-mile radius of a given area here. 30% chance here across the red, and across the yellow here, the non-dashed areas here. Potential for damaging wind gusts between 60 and 70 miles an hour. 15% chance across the yellow, 5% chance here across the brown. And of course, lastly, we do have that hail threat, a whopping 30% risk out there for areas like St. Louis for the potential of hail being 2 inches in diameter or larger. Here across the red is a 30% chance of that occurring within 25 miles of a given area, the 15% chance here across the yellow, and the brown, a 5% chance overall. Alright, everybody, so now we're working our way over here into Saturday's risk here, and once again, you can see we also do have a level 4 out of 5 severe weather risk here. Like I mentioned, even a level 2 threat, in my opinion, is considered a decent severe weather event here. We have a level 4 across the red, which includes portions of southeastern Louisiana, including New Orleans, portions of central southern Mississippi, cutting straight through Alabama here with that level 4 threat. Once again, across the the orange, we have that level 3 threat, a level 2 across the yellow, and a level 1 across the green. Now, what does this mean? Now, as of now, we do not have the breakdown like we do for Friday or tomorrow's risk. We do not have the breakdown for tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds yet, but we'll learn that tomorrow. But what we can tell you is the fact that as of right now, across that level 4 threat, there is a 45% chance of collective severe weather possibility occurring. So what does that mean? If you're in the 45% region, there is a chance between tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds, you have a 45% chance of that happening within 25 miles of your location. 30% chance here across the red, 15 across the yellow, which is that level 2 threat, and of course the 5%, which is a level 1 threat overall. So, and you notice how we do have the black dashed lines. That's telling us that across those regions between large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes, we are expecting significant severe weather to occur. That could be in terms of damaging winds, which I do believe so. Same thing for tornadic activity and even hail. I think all could be significant yet again for tomorrow. Alrighty, everybody, now we're rolling our way over here into Sunday's risk because, yeah, the severe weather is going to continue as that cold front rolls eastward here into Sunday. As you can see, we do have a 15% risk here for severe weather occurring across portions of northern Florida, going up into Georgia, across the Carolinas, into the mid-Atlantic towards Virginia, Maryland, and even into southern New England out there by Delaware, as well as New Jersey. Portions here of Pennsylvania is inside of that risk here. A 15% risk here regarding severe weather. As of now, once again, there's no breakdown between tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds. I think the main threat here for Sunday is going to be that damaging wind threat, though. But just remember, Sunday, there's a threat as well. Alright, everybody, so now we're rolling our way over here into the timing regarding when these storms are expecting to fire off here. Taking a look at the 18 Zulu HRRR run. This is a high-resolution rapid refresh model. So whenever it comes to it, it looks like those storms are going to start to initiate across somewhere in northwestern Missouri, western central Iowa here right around the afternoon here for tomorrow. According to this model here, we're talking right around 22 Zulu. That would be right around 6 p.m. Eastern time or 5 p.m. Central is roughly whenever these storms are going to start firing off across the way. We work our way over here into midnight Eastern or 11 p.m. Central time. You can see that line moving from Iowa and Missouri into Illinois at this point. At this point in time, we are likely seeing some nocturnal tornado threat, tornadoes at nighttime, as well as damaging winds, once again in excess of 80 miles an hour potentially, and also large hail occurring here as well. Now, in terms of Saturday's threat, it's still a little bit too early here. The short range models are still still have to render for those times because it's still a little far out, but we'll keep you guys informed here tomorrow as well with the timing for Saturday storms. But for now, let's just really focus on Friday. All right, so now we're going to work our way into the deep model analysis, taking a look at a few different factors here to really kind of show you why this storm system is as strong as it's set to be. So the first thing we're taking a look at is the instability. By the way, we're using the NAM model here, taking a look at the potential fuel in the atmosphere for these storms. Now here for Friday, you can see we start to really build in a lot of instability in fuel for these storms across the south, driving its way up into the Midwest, the upper Midwest, and even the Ohio Valley getting a little bit of instability at this point. So we really start to build in a lot of instability or unstable air. Now we look at the lower level winds here around this time, and you can see we have this area here across the Midwest where the lower level winds are absolutely screaming to the north. I mean, we're talking about 60, maybe 70 knots of lower level winds, which is roughly about 5,000 feet up here at 850 millibar range, which, the winds are going directly from the south to the north. Now, if we take a look at those mid-level winds, you actually notice how the wind direction changes here. And because of that change in wind direction as we gain altitude, that can create the potential for rotating storms. So because we have such strong winds in the atmosphere, both lower and mid-level, that will allow for tornadic activity to occur. And because the winds are so strong in general, that will allow for those storms to be very organized and potentially long-lived. And of course, there is going to be that potential for really strong winds as well, as some of that energy coming down from the thunderstorm can actually cause some of these lower level winds to kind of point at the ground and allow for some real strong winds to occur. So that is that. Now, the last thing here is moisture. Looking at the dew point temperatures, you can really see a lot of moisture from the Gulf being advected deep into the country. It does seem like the models have been trending more moisture over the last several runs here. It looks like we are now potentially seeing those dew points in the 60s across portions here of Missouri, which, as you know, 50s, 60s, and 70-degree dew points can definitely be pretty good for severe weather. Mostly the Goldilocks zone is 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, but, we do not have as much moisture up in the upper Midwest, but there's still going to be enough fuel, enough wind shear, and, in general, enough moisture for storms to occur. But I think the greatest of this concern is going to be across the Midwest and deep into the southeastern U.S. Now, so we go back to the instability here, and we work our way over here into later Saturday's threat. And you can actually see that, the remaining instability continues to roll its way here to the east. Once again, the southern U.S. seeing a ton of unstable air. I mean, still 2,000 joules per kilogram, which is more than you need for severe weather. That is a lot of instability. And you take a look at the lower level jet, I mean, we are seeing very, very, very strong lower level winds yet again, perhaps even stronger, according to the NAM here, possibly 60, 70 knots of lower level winds or greater. That will really put in that tornadic concern just because of how strong those lower level winds. It's not the only thing that contributes to it, but it definitely does help. Now, looking at our our mid levels here, you can see once again that the jet stream does shift to the northeast, allowing for the potential for rotation to occur in those storms with that veering wind shear pattern. So winds are increasing in wind speed as we go up in altitude and changing more direction to the northeast, allowing for that potential overall. Then, of course, lastly, take a look at the dew points. There's going to be a lot more moisture here for Saturday, especially across the south. That's why to be honest, out of this event, I am really mostly concerned for Saturday. I mean, of course, Friday, there's going to be a lot of nasty storms and, really nasty severe weather, but I am really concerned for Saturday, as I do think that, that could be quite a nasty event here as well. So between Friday, Saturday, definitely two different nasty days regarding severe weather. We need to be on it, and you guys definitely need to prepare. If you have not already, I would highly consider it. All right, so things I need you guys to do in order to prepare for this system here. I want you guys to really listen closely, okay? So obviously we have a lot of severe weather coming in here. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just nasty days for severe weather of all hazards. Once again, tornadoes, large hail, damaging winds. Now, you guys need to prepare for this tonight if possible. Know where to go if a tornado warning is issued. Say a tornado warning is issued, where are you going to go? So what we recommend is if you have a basement or a storm cellar, go there. That's your number one option. If you do not, go to the central interior portion of your home on the lowest floor, such as a bathroom or a closet in the interior part of your home on the lowest floor, like I said. That would be your other alternative. Now, if you're in a trailer, like I mentioned in my live streams earlier, ditch the trailer. The trailer is not going to provide you any protection. I would honestly recommend going out of your trailer for the day of severe weather and going with a friend or a family member in a house, somewhere that's more sturdy. But just please do not ride this storm system out if you're in a trailer, if you're in those really bad areas here. Would highly recommend that. Now, another thing I do want to go ahead and say here as well is, stuff that you should put in your safe spot. So once you've already figured out where your safe spot is, what I would recommend is having a weather radio if you have one. If not, it's okay. Just have a way to receive warnings and stuff. So if a warning gets issued, you go there. Of course, have a first aid kit here as well. We want you to be safe, and if there's any injuries, you can treat it on the spot there. In terms of paperwork, make sure you have important documents there as well. Maybe some water, maybe some non-perishable foods in your safe location, maybe some clothes, maybe a helmet, some pair of shoes or whatnot. Just stuff like that. Put it in your safe spot. And another really important thing I want to go ahead and give you guys, regarding advice is if you have anything loose outside, such as lawn furniture, anything on your patio, your porch, or whatever that could easily get blown around, bring it indoors. Bring it inside until the storm passes, then you can set the stuff back out because, we don't want you losing property for one, but two, it could be a hazard to others out there. Stuff could go flying everywhere. You could lose it. Stuff could break. Just not a good thing in general. So please, if you can, bring your stuff inside. That way we can help minimize all of that concern. But anyways, my friends, please be careful. We'll catch you guys later on today with another update. If you guys did enjoy it, consider leaving a like, hitting that subscribe button. And if you guys really could, please consider sharing this to help spread the word because, like I said, this is a very concerning event here, and we really need you guys to be weather aware out there. So if you guys could help share this, subscribe if you haven't, leave a like. It would be greatly appreciated. But all right, everybody, we'll try not to worry about it too much. We'll definitely keep you guys updated. We'll get through this together. I love you guys. Y'all, please be careful out there. And all right, my friends, we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out, my friends. See ya later on.